Episode 9 is set to bring a final return of the iconic character and Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, portrayed by Mark Hamill by JJ Abrams, the director of the film. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as we get closer to the very end of filming of Episode 9, as we get into the month of February, we're getting closer day by day, week by week, and Mark Hamill is currently working very hard on this movie through, of course, dialogue and voiceovers and actual filming sessions where he's actually going to be on the big screen. So these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with an amazing sequence involving Mark Hamill in an actual Luke Skywalker scene for this movie. Now, Mark Hamill is set to shoot a sequence this week at Pinewood and Cardington for what's being described as a training scene between Rey and Luke Skywalker. It's said that Hamill will be placed on top of a large boulder that will be lifted by mechanics in front of a large green screen with Daisy Ridley standing below and looking up. It's also described that they will be applying revolutionary technology to Mark Hamill for the sequence. Another scene will involve Mark Hamill wearing facial markers. This is likely for the de-aging technology. It's said he will be standing in front of several extras dressed as Jedi, making a speech in front of a large structure. This is likely a flashback to Luke's Jedi temple before its destruction. The whole shoot for both sequences is said to last 3 days in total. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this that are getting me very pumped up for this movie and just very hyped to see exactly how Luke is going to be used in the film. And we can already see that JJ Abrams is trying to deliver more training scenes between himself and Rey, as well as filling in the gaps in between the two trilogies, the sequels and the originals, giving us a more vivid look at Luke's younger life. Now, the first thing that I do want to go over is how Mark Hamill is actually shooting a scene, this week between himself and Daisy Ridley, where he actually will be placed on top of a large boulder that will be levitated by mechanics. Now, this is again telling us that he's most likely going to be in the form of a Force ghost, since he will be placed in front of a green screen and revolutionary technology will be used on the character as well as facial markers. Now, the other thing that I do want to go over is how he's actually going to be doing a lot of scenes with Daisy Ridley. So a lot of people have wanted training scenes right in The Last Jedi, something that we didn't necessarily get by writer and director Rian Johnson. Luke and Rey's training scenes were pretty much, just Luke kind of lecturing Rey on how the Jedi need to end. And at that, we really only got 2 lessons. We didn't get the full 3 lessons. The third one is actually a deleted scene in Episode 8's Blu-ray edition. So with that being said, it feels like JJ Abrams is trying to fulfill the character of Luke by essentially exchanging his knowledge to Rey and giving her a bigger role in Episode 9 and I guess a larger purpose in this movie. So the next thing that I do want to go over, and this is my favorite part of the two, is the sequence in which Mark Hamill is going to be dressed as a Jedi Master, standing in front of numerous extras dressed as Jedi, making a speech in front of an ancient structure. So this most certainly sounds like it's going to be a flashback to the moment of Rey's, or should I say Luke's Jedi Temple, before he explained it to Rey. I believe that this is most likely him actually introducing himself to the new generation of Jedi, and hence JJ Abrams introducing to us, the fans, the audience, exactly, what the new generation of Jedi looked like, what kind of species they consisted of, whether or not how many of them were male or female, or, how well they were trained in the Force, or what kind of lightsabers they had. This is something, and it seems like an attempt from JJ Abrams in order to give us the real idea of Luke Skywalker being a Jedi Master. Again, if you look at the sequels, we only have, a little piece of the picture of how Luke was as a Jedi Master, and we didn't even get a great example of that in The Last Jedi because he didn't really train Rey, I guess in the traditional sense. So now we're going to be getting a sequence in which we do get to see his new generation of Jedi and Luke Skywalker actually making a speech in front of the Jedi training temple. This sounds beautiful, let me tell you. This sounds amazing. It seems like JJ is really trying to deliver to the fans and for the audience, so I gotta really give him props for that. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.